August 1987. What's going on in my life back then? I don't know. I was in the Air Force. I was in California. I don't remember any specifics. So let's just get to the books, and there's only three this month. And we're starting with Valediction by Robert B. Parker. I have a copy of this one with those covers that I love so much. A Spencer novel, obviously. But in this one, there's problems for Spencer. His longtime girlfriend, Susan Silverman, has graduated from Harvard, has taken a job in San Francisco, so she's moving across the country. For anyone who doesn't know, Spencer books take place in Boston. Um, some might think Spencer has invested a little too much in his relationship, a little too much of himself into his relationship with Susan Silverman. So when she leaves, because their relationship has been a little rocky, she needs some time for herself. She's got this new job. Spencer goes into a downward spiral. So when he's hired to find a young woman who is involved with a cult, he throws himself into that with a what do you call it, a devil may care attitude. He doesn't care what happens to himself at this point. So it's an interesting look into Spencer's into his brain and how things work, and how, again, maybe he's invested a little too much in a single person. And it's one that I like. I like to see this sort of depressed. I don't know why I like to see this depressed, desperate, apathetic version of Spencer. But it's a good one. Again, most of the Spencer books are. Book number 2 for August 1987 is A Savage Place by Robert B. Parker. And apparently I read these out of order. I don't know why. I'm pretty sure I've read these before. But A Savage Place takes place before Valediction. And it's one of the reasons that Spencer and Susan were having problems. Spencer goes out to Los Angeles to be a bodyguard, work security for a television reporter named Candy Sloan, who's working on a racketeering in Hollywood kind of story, and her life is in danger. And some things happen with Spencer and Candy Sloan while he's out there that cause some trouble with Spencer's relationship with Susan Silverman, which again eventually leads to what happens in Valediction. Don't know why they're out of order. Why would I do such a thing? Must have been the California air making me crazy. But again, it's another good Spencer book. That seems redundant at this point, although I think eventually we're probably going to come to some that I don't enjoy quite as much. The later books. I was disappointed in the character of Spencer for what went on, but it's just proof that he's as a character, he's a fallible character. He's not perfect. He's not Superman. Not that Superman doesn't make mistakes, but isn't he? Wouldn't he be our highest standard of hero? Anyway, yeah, Savage Place. I like the story. It's really good. Just a little shocking to me that Spencer would behave in the way he did in this book. And we're going to move on to the third and final book of August 1987, and that was Neuromancer by William Gibson. And I have to check my notes here. It's been a long time. So in Neuromancer, our main character is Chase, who is a data thief in the Matrix, I suppose. I don't know. But he crosses the wrong people, and they cripple him. They cripple his nervous system, which essentially kicks him out of I'm just going to say the Matrix, for lack of a better term. But a mysterious new employer comes along and somehow helps chase Jack into the system again, to go after some artificial intelligence, something. This is William Gibson is the granddaddy of cyberpunk. I mean, this is all, again, pre Matrix, even though I keep using that term. This is people jacking into computers. One thing I specifically remember was that someone had like sunglass lenses implanted so they could drop down in front of their eyes. Um, this is that type of science fiction that sort of, it's not super far in the future. I don't believe this is too far in the future. It's not spaceships and laser guns. This is people and artificial intelligence and computers and that kind of thing. Um, Cyberpunk. And it's a book that I've been meaning to read again. I wasn't blown away by it when I first read it. I have read other William Gibson, as we'll see as we go through this list, but it's one I want to revisit and see if, all these years later it has a different impact for me. Um, we'll see. But anyway, I mean, that's it. 3 books in August of 1987. 2 mysteries that I had read before, and a cyberpunk science fiction book that I had not read before. Something that I was going to try out. So that's all I got. I'm looking ahead to September. We're gonna have some interesting stuff coming up, I think. But this is a short one because I didn't read too much for some reason. Again, I was out in California, probably, hopefully, having fun. But we're gonna come up on some pretty packed months, book wise. But until then, that's all I've got for you. So read more books.